New tonight here at 6 o'clock, less than 1 year after Chicago Alderman Ed Burke was sent to prison, he is now preparing to be sent home.
The NBC5 investigative team tonight has learned that Burke's 2-year sentence behind bars will end after serving less than 10 months. Our investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy joining us now with exclusive details tonight. Chuck?
Allison, tonight at Thompson Federal Prison in northwestern Illinois, the Ed Burke Freedom Countdown is on. Shortly after the 4th of July, ex-Alderman Edward M. Burke is expected to find his own measure of Independence Day when several sources familiar with his case tell NBC Chicago Burke will be released to a halfway house or more likely home confinement. With 54 years in the Chicago City Council, Ed Burke holds the record as the city's longest-serving alderman. But it is the short term Burke will have served here at the Thompson Federal Prison that will distinguish his incarceration. The 81-year-old Burke reported to Thompson Penitentiary in northwestern Illinois last September. He had been sentenced to 2 years for racketeering, bribery, and extortion.
If we're not signed up, I'm not going to do any lifting for this guy.
Secret FBI recordings were key to Burke's conviction on 13 federal counts, a jury finding that the once powerful Finance Committee chairman used his position to solicit and shake down private legal work and other perks from businesses that had city contracts. NBC5 Investigates has been told by several people who have knowledge of Burke's impending release that he is set to be sent home July 7th or 8th, even though his official timeout, according to this Bureau of Prisons record, is next February.
He would not be getting special or preferential treatment. If he's getting earned time credits under the First Step Act, he's earned those under the law, which can go towards crediting early release. The Second Chance Act specifically applies to elderly prisoners, so he's not being treated differently than anyone else who is who is 60, 85 and above.
Erica Zunkel is a criminal justice professor and prison expert at University of Chicago. Tonight she points to this Bureau of Prisons announcement last week that may be resulting in Ed Burke's good fortune. It is a new policy that encourages earlier home confinement for certain federal prisoners based on age, type of crime, low odds of reoffending, and a return to productive society.
He will have to stay at his home, but for essential activities. So if he needed to meet with his lawyers, if he needed to go to court, if he needed to go to the doctor, he would, all of that is coordinated through the residential reentry center. And if he was to violate any conditions of his home confinement, then he could go back to prison.
The decision to release any prisoner at a certain time is up to officials with the United States Bureau of Prisons, not the courts, and it's not considered public information, so there is no public record of this Burke plan. The former alderman has also filed for clemency from the Department of Justice, including a full pardon. NBC Chicago has asked Burke's attorney whether that application will continue. We've not received a response, and no comment tonight from the Bureau of Prisons. Allison?
Thank you, Chuck.